Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining our webinar around Toast point of sale on how to load your Toast data into Snowflake. So, whether you're watching this live, watching this recorded, thank you for joining us today. Before we get into it, not only thank you for joining us today, but thank you to all of our customers, partners, clients, and ecosystem that are leveraging Data Lakehouse. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the partnership at the end of the day. And thank you again for those that are joining live or recorded for this webinar. So when you think of your Toast data, your Toast POS, you're going to have a lot of questions. Some of those questions, well, what are my average sales for this week compared to last week? This month compared to last month? What are people buying? What days of the week are better? Not in general. I mean, you as the Toast owner, maybe the business owner, you already know what days of the week are better than others. You're trying to see, all right, based upon all of the changes that we're making, the variables that you have to deal with from weather, from just customers that are coming in, different specials that you're running, different perhaps positive social things that your locations or restaurants have been in the media, and looking at all those things over time to be able to say, how am I trending? How am I improving or getting better? And if not, all right, I need to come up with other things to either look into. Why not? There's a lot of different questions that that Toast is a central focus from a data perspective, but you're trying to get answers to some questions that don't necessarily exist within the Toast reporting. So, what do you do? Well, I'm Mike John. I've been in the data and analytics space for a couple of decades, really helping organizations maximize the insights that their data provides. But the tough part is getting access to that data to get those insights. And it's more easily said than done as to how you do that. And so we help customers figure out the path of least resistance in order to do that in a very timely manner. So as you know, there's no shortage of data within your organization. Yes, Toast POS is a big part of your organization. However, you have other sources of data. And to be able to look across those different sources, you may have something that is cobbled together today where you're doing a lot of downloading, combining into perhaps an Excel workbook, some other technology that is held together by shoestrings and bubblegum. Or others might say, look, we spent time in order to streamline this and we're getting better. We're making improvements. We know where our direction is, but we want to go faster. Or in some organizations, we have technology such as Snowflake. And how do we get that Toast data in the Snowflake? Well, you talked about that standard reporting that Toast provides, which is great. You get a lot of that kind of transactional view of how things are going. You get some aggregation, you get that conditional formatting with the color coding. You also get arrows that match the color. So if you have folks in your organization that are colorblind and it's harder to delineate between a red and a green, you have the arrow. So there's definitely some things that you can see from the Toast data itself. But for those organizations that want to take this analysis and insight to the next level to say, I have data in multiple applications in Toast, I want to take that Toast data and combine it with the data in those other applications because I want deeper insight and analysis into what's going on in my restaurants, for example. What's that customer behavior? What are they buying? What are they not buying? What am I discounting too much? What am I discounting not enough because it's sitting on the shelf for too long? And so now it comes back to those questions that you had earlier of, oh, all right, am I reaching into the right social groups in order to generate that awareness of here is a particular special? Maybe it's the food offering that you have for vegetarians. Well, how do you know the right people are seeing that? You can cast really wide nets, but you want to be able to measure when I cast a really wide net, or even if I cast a very narrow net, what is that impact to my sales? Is it positive? Is it negative? Or is it neutral? Because all three of those are going to cause you to take perhaps a different set of actions in order to improve that impact. So now we're talking about, oh, I have Toast data. Great. You may have Google Ads data. You have Facebook ads or Meta ads. And now you want to look at those three data sources to be able to say, okay, what is that true perspective? I have data. Great. I have data in multiple places. Great. Well, now what? How do I get that data together? You go through and try to download data from each of those three places, put it in a workbook. You may have some limited success doing that. However, when you go and say, well, all right, let's take data from those three sources, Toast, Google Ads, Meta Ads, push that into your data cloud, in this case, Snowflake. Now you're able to combine that data together to be able to get those actionable insights and analytics. And you may even just get list reporting, but you're looking across those three data sources because you've taken the time in order to join that data together so that you are able to have those insights and analytics. And Snowflake, being the leader in the data cloud, is an excellent enabler for that centralizing of your data from not only Toast, but from your other sources as well, but not limited to the sources we have on the screen. So all about the sources that you have in your organization, centralizing that onto the Snowflake data cloud. And when we look at some of those different operational systems, whether it's point of sale, we've been talking about the ads, sure, you have CRM, you have HR system, you have finance system, you have payroll, membership. Well, leveraging Data Lakehouse to take that data and centralize that into Snowflake, which becomes your single source of truth or just your centralization point for your data, which then allows you to put your analytics on top of that data. Now, for some of you folks, you might say, well, I have Snowflake today and I'm good. I just need the vehicle in order to get the data from Toast and these other platforms and applications into Data Lakehouse or into Snowflake. Great. Data Lakehouse.io is the vehicle to do that. And then you're on your way in building your analytics and BI platform. Some organizations might say, well, I have the data in these different systems, including Toast, but I don't have the single source of truth. But I would like to have a single source of truth so I can have the analytics and BI capabilities. Great. Don't worry. Data Lakehouse still has you covered. We're able to provide you that data centralization and the analytics in order to get those insights that you're looking for from your Toast data and your other sources. And it's really all about streamlining that data integration. So then when we look at the data flow, great. Talked about your sources, Data Lakehouse extracts that data on a scheduled basis. So it's not a one-time extract. You can do it as often as you need to get the data out, push that data into Snowflake. And from there, that's where the reports and the dashboards and that analysis or analytics is built on top of Snowflake. And so as your data is updated and it's synced into Snowflake, those dashboards also get updated as well with the latest data. So whether you have a restaurant that is busy during certain times of the day, you're able to see intraday, how are things progressing? If you say, look, I only need to see data at the end of the day or the end of the week, well, great. It doesn't matter. The data is always being updated into Snowflake so that when the time is right for you, when you are able to go and look at the dashboard or the analytics, you're able to see the latest data that's within Snowflake itself from all of your different sources, not just Toast. But for today's purposes, Toast is the most important part here. And so if you want to get going, how do we get started with getting my Toast POS data into Snowflake? It's very, very simple. In less than an hour, you're going to have Data Lakehouse connected to Toast, your Toast, and landing the data into your Snowflake, where you're able to connect your reporting. I mentioned earlier, that might work for some people that have a head start on their journey where Snowflake is part of their ecosystem. If you say, I have Toast data and I have other data sources, but that's it, great. We'd love to talk with you because Data Lakehouse is easily able to do a very similar setup where Data Lakehouse gets the data from Toast and your other systems, centralizes it, and then allows you to build the analytics on top of that without you having to worry about some of the back end technical pieces here. So very easy, very straightforward, very simple for you to get your Toast POS data into Snowflake. Thank you for attending today. Thank you for watching. If you're seeing this outside of it being a live event, if you have questions about your setup, your environment, if you have Toast and some of these other sources, but you don't have that Snowflake data cloud, you don't have any sort of data cloud, that's okay. Again, reach out to us, find us on our website, drop us a line at sales@datalakehouse.io. We'd love to talk with you about your individual situation so that you can maximize the data assets that you have within your organization. Feel free to keep following us and checking us out. We have plenty of more webinars related to Toast POS and data and analytics. So thanks, everybody. See you next time.